I have no machine, but time and touch. No factory, but this kitchen. No office, but the earth beneath my feet. And still, I create with my own two hands. I stir, I shape, I plant, I build, I hold my child, I mend the tears, I begin again. Some mornings begin not with plans, but with the quiet surrender to what is, to what the hands are called to do, not for productivity, but for presence and love. There is comfort in beginning the day with something slow, the turning of the handle, the sense of fresh ground beans, the warmth rising from the cup, a pause before the words wakes. There is a rhythm that lives in handmade things, a kind of magic in the work of fingers and fingertips, and the messy, the slow, the imperfect. I used to think the world only changed with big ideas, loud voices, strong forces. But now I see it's also changed with small, tender gestures. The care it takes to knead dough, to roll it slowly, to shape something almost from nothing. There's a kind of love that lives in repetition. And as I do this, a memory comes to mind of my daughter asking, "Why do we make this like this, Mama?" I didn't have a perfect answer, just a feeling that the process itself matters. The time is an ingredient that loves is often quiet and covered in flour. In the gardening, my hands speak a different language of patience, cycles, and seasons. Seeds become food, Leaves become tea. Time becomes nourishment.
Vou pegar Só que eu tenho que. Dois, três, quatro, cinco, seis, sete. Se a gente.
There is no rush here. The soil doesn't demand performance. It invites us to new, to listen, to begin again. It's a kind of remembering of where things come from, of what it means to make rather than consume.
Esse aqui com sementinhas. Por aqui. Vendo filhas. Filha? Não. Você é minha filha? Aqui já está. Que são muitas. Ó. Assim.
My daughter watched as I dipped the wig into the warm bee wax, slowly, gently, again and again. She climbs into the chair beside me, her small hands mimicking mine, eyes wide with wonder. Together, we build light, layer by layer. And just like that, something is passing down. Not thought, but felt. These are the kind of lessons that don't need words, only warmth and repetition.
Ela foi passear com a mãe dela. Uma família tem 100 pessoas, isso seria mais uma comunidade de caracóis. Aqui vai o I de Gana e o S de Sul. Janta dos caracóis. Aí.
To create with our hands is to say, I was here. I shaped this moment. I gave it attention. In a world running fast, it's a way of slowing down, of giving life texture again.
Isso é mais grosso que a tua perninha. Ops, não passa. Daí vai ir rodando. O céu vai ter um pouco de vermelho. De vermelho no céu. O cachorro pra ajudar ela, mas não pode botar.
And in this slowness, something unexpected happened. I stopped trying to change the whole world. I started changing my world. One love, one drawing, one garden bed at a time. This small act, they hold weight. A meal placed on the table, hands passing more, the law serving between bites. It's not the word shouting, it's the word whispering. This matters. The word of hands is also the word of connection to the land, to each other, to ourselves.
O que você acha?
With these hands, I carve the shape of a dream. Each line holds part of my story. It's a slow work, but honest. It's how I remember who I am. For a long time, I believed I couldn't make a difference, that I was too small, too quiet, too ordinary. But now I know I carry the power of change in my hands, because with them I can shape joy, and that joy becomes bread, becomes warmth, becomes a moment someone remembers. That's how the world changes, not all at once, but hand by hand.